So we call this program orientation program because we wanted to give you some orienters, for you to know where to go, who to refer, what to do. And that's the reason that, this program called this way. I want to first to present you two major partners on the Israeli side of implementation of bilateral agreement. One of them is a government partner, because we're speaking about agreements for G2G here. So this partner is the Population and Immigration Authority, PIBA, and they're responsible for your rights, for your obligation, your permits and your visas, your arrival to Israel, your employment period, your vacations, your return home. Basically, all these milestones, major parts of your journey here, and your employment period and stay in Israel and everything. Whenever you need to go to vacation to see families that stay in Philippines, you need the assistance. You need the authority to assist you with different matters. If it's permits, if it's something related again to your rights. So they are very, very important for you. So it's good that you will know who they are. And also a quick word about our organization. The Center for International Migration and Integration is NGO, Israeli NGO that here in Israel works with different population of migrants. It's important for you to know that we provide assistance with interviewing process in the Philippines. So those people who you met for interview do, they're our partners, and we coordinate with them their work. And we'll also provide you here informational support through Viber groups and call center for foreign workers, and we'll speak a little bit more about it also during this program. What are we going to talk about today? Today we'll provide you with first orienters already for your first week and whom to return to. We'll talk about home quarantine and what to expect, what you should do, what are the guidances. We'll also talk with you what you should do in case you have the symptoms of COVID-19. We really hope that none of you will have, but in case that some of you will have, what he or she should do. We'll talk about how we communicate here in Israel and about importance of learning Hebrew. We'll talk about Israeli working week, which is a bit different from the many countries in the world in terms of the weekend. And we'll present you the topics and tentative schedule of the program, of this orientation program that we prepared for you. And there will be time for questions and answers. So we'll start with the first orienters, and first and a very important one related to your placement agencies, to social workers and the contact person that for whose contacts will provide you even before you arrive to Israel. This is again very important for you to know, to check that the person, you have the phone number, but also somebody is responding to it. Basically, your placement agencies are responsible for you during your quarantine. So if you have any questions related to your accommodation conditions, your swab test, either the first one in the airport or the second that you will do towards the end of the quarantine, if you have problems with food, you need to know that that you need to contact your placement agencies. And even if everything is okay and you don't have any issues, we still recommend you to pick up the phone and call them, And just to make sure, you know, again, that the phone is working, because few people from the group before you who came in the previous flight, some of them, you know, everything was okay, and then the quarantine was supposed to be over, but nobody contacted them, and they didn't contact, and they just, you know, stayed in ways. So we strongly encourage you during your first week to get in touch with your agency, even if you don't need anything. If everything is working with your logistics, everything is working smoothly, everything is fine. You just want to know who the person is, and that they know about you, and you know, you both know when you're going to do your second swab test and when your employer is picking you up. So it's good that you will take care of this, you know, while you're on the first week of quarantine. And again, if you do have a question, then there's more reason for you to talk to them. So please do that and don't hesitate. And if there's a problem that if they respond, oh, you have phone number and it doesn't work, so let us know and we'll assist you to find the relevant phone number. Now, another important orienteer for you also to know is, of course, how you can stay in touch with us. So you're already, all of you are in the Viber group. So we'll use this Viber group during the week of quarantine as well. We'll share with you information related to the program or things that you might be interested to know, and we'll ask questions. So we'll share with you information there. And also we will send you those links that you see here now on the screen. We strongly encourage you to register for the call center. I assume you heard already about it. The call center is being run by CIMI and FIBA for foreign workers like you who come to Israel under bilateral agreements.
Ianad ko na lang para marinig mo.
Please note that when your microphone is open, we can hear you. So the call center is an important resource for you. First of all, it's a place that you can call or get in touch through online forum in case you need any some information related to your stay, related to your rights, something related to your employment. So you can call and receive information for your questions. In case something went wrong and you want to leave a complaint, it's also the place that you should contact and leave your complaint. Or again, you don't necessarily have to call. You can also go online and to fill the form, and you will receive a call back from the call center, and you know, your complaint will be also forwarded to relevant department or relevant ministry for inspectors to investigate the complaint. Having said that, we again strongly encourage you to register for the call center. Also for us, being able to send you information, not wait until you contact us with your questions, but also if something important happens, there are updates on your rights, or something again important for the authorities to inform the workers, then it would be very useful for us to have your phone number and just send you immediately whenever this update comes. So yeah, you have to know that. Yeah, and again, we will send with you a link after this meeting how you can register. And please note for registration you need Israeli SIM cards. So those of you who still don't have, it's okay, you can register later, but for your registration we need your Israeli phone number, because as I said, updates will be sent to you via text messages via SMS. So yeah, you need to have Israeli phone number to register there. Now, information related to home quarantine that we wanted to bring here up. It's not that we think that you're not familiar with that, but it was important for us to remind you that you cannot leave place of your home quarantine, room or apartment. Yeah, you should you should just stay with a place that were prepared for you for your home quarantine. You can't go outside. You also need to take care of your hygiene. You went through a long journey. You spent time with 3 international airports. You were in touch with many people going from abroad, coming, traveling. So it's important that you will take maybe additional measures to just prevent contracting virus, and will be also keep this in mind. And also we had to mention that for those who are breaking those rules, there is a fine of 5,000 Israeli shekels, which is more than 1,000. It's almost like it's less than one half, but it's about like 1,300 Israeli shekels, so dollars. So it's not small amount of money. And the additional problem, there is also subject to deportation for foreign workers. So we strongly not recommend you to do that. You spend a lot of time and efforts to come here, so please be patient. Spend your week of quarantine in calm peace, and we'll provide you with many useful and important information and additional sources that you can learn, and also you can rest, gain strength before you start your actual employment. If you would like to read more information on home quarantine, or generally speaking on situation with coronavirus in Israel, you can go on the website of Ministry of Health and to see what information is there, and the information is being updated regularly. And we also recommend you to follow up this and check it from time to time, even on daily basis, especially because you will take care of the population that from this point of view, from point of view of pandemics, is defined as population at risk. So it would be really important and responsible of you to check those rules, both for them and for you, of course. So please do that. And now something that we also wanted to mention, what you should do while you're in home quarantine in case you have symptoms of COVID-19. So first of all, what are the symptoms? The symptoms are high body temperature, higher than 38 degrees of Celsius, cough, trouble breathing, or any other respiratory symptom, or loss of taste or smell. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms, one or few, you should update your agency immediately. As I said, that's very important that you will have contact with your agency, and that it's working. So you need to contact them and ask the assistant, for them, ask the assistants to make you an appointment for PCR test. They can do it either through the clinic that you have medical insurance, or Ministry of Health service, Voice of Health. And again, they will assist you to coordinate additional PCR appointment for PCR test. And when you receive results, or if you need additional medical checkup, so you have additional medical checkup, and then after that, you will know about continuation of quarantine or changing in the condition of quarantine, and also treatment that in case you need one. So please don't hesitate to do that, because again, it might affect not only you but also people who are staying with you in quarantine. So please be also minded and responsible about that. And also don't worry, is the medical system will provide you with the necessary treatment, again, in case you will need it. We hope that you will not need this information, but again, in case something happens, we want you to know. Now, what we wanted to share with you about communication in Israel, that the workers, home-based caregivers, were required, according to the agreement, of a good level of English. So all of you who arrived has it, and it's good for you or useful for you to know that Israelis like to have an opportunity to practice the English. So, and most of them speak it. So don't be shy or embarrassed. And if you want to explain yourself or check something, you use English. But having said that, it's really important to learn Hebrew. Most of your employers, I think 99%, won't speak English as a mother tongue. And with age, sometimes it becomes, or when the person is needed, it's more challenging to remember the exact words that they want to use. So it's also very important that you will start to learn some Hebrew. We are mentioning here an app that you can download to your cell phones, a free app. It's called Duolingo, and you can put in Play Market or Google Market, whatever you have on your cell phone, and find it and download it, or any other app for learning language. And and just you again use the time of your quarantine also for that. It might help you tremendously also to build a relationship with your employer when you having a understanding and common language. So it would be very, very good. Something related to working with, and important cultural aspects that definitely will affect your stay both within the family but also outside. Some of you might know that there is a day it's called Shabbat, in Jewish tradition, religion, and also that affects Israeli culture. There is a special day. It's you can translate it as Saturday, but it's actually starting with Friday sunset, and it ends with Saturday sunset. So at least in Israel, and during the summer, Shabbat starts later and ends later, and in the winter starts early and ends early, with sunset on Friday and ends with sunset on Saturday. It's a special day when usually people many religious traditions, people won't use their phones, electronics. That would be the day for having festive meals and talking, spending time with family and friends. And many non-religious, but still many Israelis spend this day this often. So this way, so you need to know it, and you might see it actually. And also it affects the outside, for us outside of family world. That in Israel, on Shabbat there is no public transportation, and many places closed. Public places, shops, restaurants, they're all closed, with some exceptions. So if in case you're planning something for the weekend, you need to check that this specific place would be open for Shabbat, and not assuming that it would be open. And the opposite, you can check, and maybe you wouldn't expect that a small shop in the neighborhood or somewhere else would be open. So we suggest you to check before you're making any plans, but to come from the assumption that most of the places will be closed. Again, no public transportation. And also something related to this special day, that the working week here in Israel is starting on Sunday and not on Monday, as in most places in the world. And the weekend would be Friday and Saturday. Now, what would be the parts of the program that you will hear? So first of all, it's worth to mention that the program would be delivered both on online meetings like today, but also we prepare some video recorded sessions with different topics. So we'll meet you both online, and I wouldn't say offline, but we'll put in the group some links that will recommend you to watch. And the topics of the program are Israeli culture and the historical background, rights and obligations of caregiver worker and his or her employer. We'll talk about your relationship with the person that you take care of, as your employer, as a client, as your somebody who's taking your care, receiving your care. We will talk in more details about call center for foreign workers that I mentioned today. We'll just explain you how it works and how what's the process of complaining against submit one, how it's being forwarded and investigated. We'll talk about migration process, something that you all started the moment you went on a flight and come here to Israel. We'll talk about family and maintaining relationship with your loved ones when they are the long distance from you. And they will provide you with short Hebrew lessons, just for the same reason that we mentioned before, that it's really, really important for you to learn Hebrew as much as possible. And we will share with you during this week many useful information and links to watch, to read, to learn. So that's our plans. Does any of you have questions? Something that you would like us to answer? I didn't see that you wrote something in the comments, and I didn't mention that you can do that, but generally speaking, during our online meetings, whenever you have questions or things that you would like to share, you can write it down, and then we'll pause for questions or hearing your feedback. We will also read the comments that we received from you. So now since there's no comment except for Shalom, I would like to check with you if you have any questions. Jennifer, are you talking to us or you're talking to your friend? If you're talking to us, your microphone is muted. How many days will it take us in this isolation area? Okay, I think I didn't mention that. So thank you for this question. And according to Israeli Ministry of Health guidance now, everybody who is coming from abroad, from Philippines, has to stay for a week in quarantine for 7 days in case of 2 negative test results, PCR test results. So first negative test should be the one that you did in the airport, and the second towards the end of your 7th day. Yeah, and those who will do his or her test, second test later, will stay longer. So it also depends on how you will coordinate the day of the second test with your agencies. So yeah, but the general rule now for the quarantine again is 2 negative test results, 7 days quarantine. Anything else? How we can receive the first swab test result from the airport? You should ask your agency, as I said before. Contact them, ask them, and they should assist you with that. Anything else? You can also open your microphone. You don't have to tape it. Okay. I will just ask Jacobo or Nat if they would like to add something before we move forward with the last part of this meeting today.
Just to mention that we are going to ask you many times if you have any questions, if you want to ask, please do so, because you're new here and we don't know exactly what your question in mind. So feel free to call and to send a mail and to what else? Write anything you want to know. Maybe you have many questions now when you're overwhelmed, so maybe you don't know what to ask, but feel free to do so.
Yeah, I have to say, thank you. I see a comment if you can please comment in English, that would be helpful because we cannot understand Tagalog, unfortunately, or at least not yet. So, yeah, please take it into your consideration.
There was another question that was written.
I can't see it. I responded to the question that I saw about length of quarantine and about swab test. I already responded, and there is no question. Okay, now I can see economic coordinate regarding our COVID vaccine. Okay, so generally speaking, as I said, and you will also hear it in one of the records. Each of you has a medical insurance, but it can be different medical clinics, different companies, but they usually provide people that they cover the insurance with the vaccines. So you will need to coordinate it again with your employer agency, but you can do it almost right after the quarantine. You could just have an appointment and go and receive your first shot, and then the second shot goes 3 weeks after. And now in Israel we came to third shot, but it will happen on 5 months after the second one. So, and maybe things even will change till then. So the process is basically to you can ask your placement agency or employer for assistance to make this an appointment, but also you need to know again that your company might have, sorry, not your company, but your medical clinic, they have all of them, they have call centers, and they provide the services in English. Of course, you can also call them on this number, dial this number, wait for English, choose the relevant option, and make appointment for yourself. So, yeah. If there is a positive result, what will happen to that person? Well, this person will be monitored, and again, it will be depends on how she will feel. Will if he or she will stay longer in quarantine, so he or she will stay longer in quarantine. If he needs some medicine, then the agency will assist you to purchase this medicine, and you take it until you feel better. And after recovery, you will just leave the quarantine and go to go to work with your employer. That's the process. Again, if you need some checkups, treatments, you will receive it. The medical insurance covers that, but just for you also to know, the Ministry of Health of Israel decided that those who are currently in state of Israel, currently in the territory of Israel, they will receive medical treatment of for coronavirus, even if in case they don't have medical insurance, but you all have. How about if we already received the first dose of vaccine in the Philippines, when we'll receive the second dose? So actually, this question, is related to the kind of vaccine that you have. Israeli Ministry of Health is recognizing only 2 vaccines. One is Pfizer, the second one is Moderna. And if you, in any case, if you were vaccinated, it's good for you to take your documents with you, and I hope you brought them. And those who are, who were vaccinated by one of these vaccines, either Pfizer or Moderna, will need to share his or her documents. We're also required to pass a serology test. And then if you pass it successfully, so you will just receive a certificate, Israeli certificate also about your vaccination. And that's basically it. If you had only 1 dose of one of those 2 vaccines, you will not need to go through serology test, but you will just receive your second shot. Again, you will be able to make an appointment through the system that I just mentioned, the very same way. You call or you ask for assistance with the of your agency, you make an appointment, and you will receive your second dose of vaccination. Those of you who have been vaccinated by another vaccine, not Pfizer, not Moderna, it's good that you that you brought with you, your documents, and the Ministry of Health will have to have to see, and they will take a decision based on the information that they have about the specific vaccine, and they will decide if it's if it's sufficient enough, but if it protects you enough, you will still need to receive Pfizer vaccination because that's what is being vaccinated here in Israel now. In case that you didn't complete a vaccination by another vaccine, then you will need to just go through vaccination process from the beginning here in Israel. That's the answer. Yeah. I don't see any more questions. Does it mean that you don't have more for now? I know that you have plenty of questions, and I know we're just an introduction meeting, and we'll talk about different topics. And of course, you're more than welcome to ask us questions related to the specific topic. We'll also have a final meeting when we will have special time again for questions and answers, and we'll expect you, of course, to if you saw something in the program and things are still not clear for you, or we didn't raise something in the program and you had questions about this or that topic, so we'll expect you also to raise it there. So there will be more than one opportunity for us to answer your questions. But again, whenever you feel like you want to ask or have a question, don't hesitate. Please share it with us. So if there are no more questions so far, I will go back to a presentation because there is the last part that we didn't get it yet. It's a first and third Hebrew lesson. So one word we already used during our first part of the meeting, and it is Shabbat, which again been translated as Saturday, special day, Sabbath. Some you might know is also from English. Shalom is used here as greetings, hello in Israel, but literally meaning of this word is peace. Now, yeah, people greet each other when they meet on the street or before they leave, they say to each other shalom. And if you're using these two words, you can already have a phrase, Shabbat Shalom, which again, greetings on Shabbat. When you meet somebody in the street, you should say Shabbat Shalom. You can also, with no meeting, be at home with another person. The Shabbat starts, and you can say still Shabbat Shalom, and it would be wish to have a good and nice Shabbat. And also, even before Shabbat on Friday or even Thursday night evening, you will go to the store and you will buy something there, and then the seller in the store or you will, before you leave, you can wish to each other Shabbat Shalom. It's also very common here. Now, another few words related to your time home quarantine now is food, ochel in Hebrew. Ochel is, again, food, and mayim goes for water. Now, a short zoom out of the Hebrew lesson, and just an important reminder for you to drink water, to drink a lot of water here in Israel. We're here in the desert, so even many places it doesn't look like a desert, but still it really affects you. So you can even notice and thinking that you're drinking water and still have a headache. So you need to know that you need to drink a lot of water. And water in Israel, in every place, tap water is okay for drinking. So if you don't have water in the bottles, don't worry, you still can drink water, tap water. But of course, it might have taste, and if you don't like it, you can also fill bottle, put it into the fridge, and the taste might disappear, or at least lessen. And also, you can squeeze a little bit of lemon juice, and then also improve taste of water. So again, just don't forget to drink enough water. And I'm going back to Hebrew and reminding you that the word in Hebrew is mime. And the phrase, again, that might be useful. We hope that you won't need it. But in case you're not feeling well, in Hebrew is to say, אני לא מרגישה for female, and אני לא מרגיש for male טוב. אני לא מרגישה טוב, אני לא מרגיש טוב. female מרגישה, male מרגיש. אני לא מרגישה טוב, אני לא מרגיש טוב. But we hope that you all feel well. So to say that in Hebrew would be אני מרגישה טוב for female, and אני מרגיש טוב for male. אני מרגישה טוב, אני מרגיש טוב, and we wish you all to feel good. So yeah, that would be it for this presentation and for now. So I see that we received another question related to vaccination. What if we completed our vaccine like AstraZeneca? So I think I already mentioned it. I hope you brought your documents, and you need to share it with the again placement agency, that they will assist you to check, and Ministry of Health will make a decision based on information that it currently has on this vaccine, and they will decide if it protects you enough or you need additional vaccine. In case they will decide that it is enough as a vaccine, they will send you to serology test, and you will be able to receive a certificate, Israeli certificate. In case they will decide it's not protecting you sufficiently, they will help you to complete the vaccination process according to Israeli standards, and then you will be able to move on. Anything else? Is there any chance that we can attend Hebrew lessons for free? Listen, there are, global pandemic made a lot of damage, but it also made some progress and in the accessibility of many things, including things online. So there are many lessons that you can, if you will search online, you can find, and some of them for free, and some of them are not. So make your research and see if you find something that works for you. And if you decide to purchase something and pay money, so I suggest you will also read reviews and comments of people who took this course, what they say, if they recommend. Yeah, that would be my response. And again, we will share with you during the program. We'll discuss different topics, as I said, and for each topic, we also prepared a small, short Hebrew lesson. Again, feel free to explore the internet and find something that may help you. Yaakov, Anat, do you want to say something? Don't, just check it.
No, just for the Hebrew, I think it's very important that you will start to to talk and ask and read and find in the internet. I'm saying to Margarita, among ourselves, that this is one thing we should think about, and how to organize some kind of lessons for the people. They should really know Hebrew from the first days, but that's for ourselves to think about. Very important.
Okay. Again, yeah, we don't expect you to floss with all the questions that you might pop up in your head or concerns. We understand that you have plenty, and we hope that the program that we prepared for you will answer some of those questions and provide maybe some useful tips or information related to your concerns. So it will go like this. After this meeting, we'll share with you a link for you to register in call center. And later we also will share with you a few records related to Israeli culture and geographical, we can call it, background. We strongly encourage you again to watch it and to learn from it. And if you got interested in some of the places, some of the city, or name of some holiday tradition, you can also go afterward and Google and find more information about that. You can ask our questions in the group or online. We'll meet next time. And next time we'll meet with you online tomorrow morning with Sarah, another team member who not present today, but you will see her at the rest of our online meetings. Yeah, and that's our short-term plans and the long-term plans we discussed before. So yeah, that's the plan. So thank you very much. Have a good day. Don't forget to contact your agency just to check up, and of course, in case you have questions to them, so also ask them. And in case you can't contact them or have any problems with communication with them, let us know. And yeah, see you soon. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, and have a good day, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.
Good day.
Toda.